Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. In the lecture series of Material Studio, we are at the lecture number 31, and in today's lecture we will discuss some technical issues which are arising during the DFT calculations. So anyone who has completed a DFT study knows how time consuming a DFT calculation can be. That's because the relation between DFT computation time and the number of basis function is a polynomial growth. So according to my studies, there are 10 ways to speed up DFT calculation. The first one is about CPUs. So invest in CPUs wisely. Meaning that the first point seems strange. Generally, a CPU with more cores can handle calculation faster. However, there are other factors to consider when buying a CPU, such as frequency, CPU instruction, etc. Now, let us consider two CPUs at the same price. One has more cores but less single cores performance, and the other has fewer cores with higher single core performance. Generally, the second CPU work better for DFT calculation. The reason is that parallelizing a DFT calculation itself is resource consuming. So fewer CPU core with higher single core performance work better than more CPUs core with lower performance. And the second one is disable hyper threading. Hyper threading technology allows a single physical CPU core to execute two threads simultaneously to improve utilization and throughput. However, as I told you in the first point, fewer CPU cores with higher performance work better than more CPUs cores with lower performance. Therefore, turning off this feature can enhance performance. This point is particularly effective in older CPUs and those with many cores. The third point is utilize GPUs for plane wave DFT. There are two types of basis set for DFT calculation: atom centered, and the second one is plane waves. Plane wave basis sets are specially suitable for periodic system like solid state material and crystal. I found that plane wave DFT calculation perform exceptionally well on GPUs. So if your main goal is to study solid state system, invest in a good GPU and a decent periodic DFT software like WASP or Material Studio. And the fourth one is optimize initial structure, as meaning that make the initial structure as close to the actual structure as possible. The initial molecular structure is significant in the DFT and other electronic structure calculation. So always try to start with a structure that is close as possible to the real structure. You can also pre-optimize geometry using semi-empirical method before DFT. And the first 5 way is to speed up DFT calculation is set up multi-setup calculation. If you have a complicated structure, start with the small basis set and gradually increase the basis set size to reach the intended zone. The sixth step is monitor convergence issues. Check optimizing calculation for convergence. Not all density function theory calculation reach convergence. Some may never converge. You can distinguish them on the fly by checking the energy diagram. Those with fluctuating energy often never converge. So a good strategy is to find them, stop the job and adjust the initial structure or method and re-optimize them. And this way you can save a considerable amount of time. The seventh way is switch to HF when necessary. If the first SCF step, first self-consistent field step does not converge, switch to HF. Sometimes you deal with a complicated structure that does not even give you a single energy result. In such cases, you can often solve the problem by switching to the HF method, optimizing the structure, and then upgrading to DFT. The eighth one is utilize in core algorithm for small structure. For small structure, use the in core algorithm. Regarding hardware usage, DFT program employ 3 strategies to solve 2 electron integrals. in core, direct, and conventional. The name of these methods may vary depending on the software. The in-core strategy is the fastest. However, it requires a huge amount of RAM, making it suitable only for small molecule. So if you have multiple small molecule to study, the best approach is to allocate as much RAM as possible to the job and switch to the in-core method. Some program automatically switch to this method if you provide adequate RAM. And the ninth way is to prefer local and non-hybrid function. You don't need a high accuracy DFT method for every study. In many cases, you can use less accurate and faster DFT method. In comparison, local DFT function are the fastest, followed by semi-local and then hybrid function. The 10th and the last way is lower the integration grid size. Fine DFT grade can slow down calculation, so you won't need a fine grade for every job. The best method is that, like for example, one can start with medium grade and then moving ahead toward the fine, and then last option is ultra fine grade. So check it step by step. Like from medium to fine and ultra fine. With this, thank you very much. If anyone have any question, please feel free to comment in the comment section.